Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're gonna get back into more foodie beauty content. We are here with a video called Making Eggplant Casserole Better Than Pasta. So it's good to know that she is using the groceries for once, and hopefully this time around she will use them all without wasting any. That being said, let's let Foodie take it from here, shall we?
Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm making eggplant casserole. So we're going to start with some 1/4-inch thick eggplants with a bit of sea salt and black pepper, and we're going to put them in a 375-degree oven, flipping them once midway for about 15 minutes or so.
Jesus, Foodie, you could have seasoned them a little bit better. Like, what happened to that one up there? You killed it with the pepper. Meanwhile, these ones down here don't look like they've been touched.
Alright, so this is going to be a small casserole because it's just me, but you want to layer it like a lasagna. So a few slices of eggplant followed by the meat sauce, then more eggplant, then more sauce, and I put some mozzarella cheese in between with some parmesan as well. So yeah, it's just like a lasagna basically. And yes, I'm cooking this on a baking sheet because why not? I don't know. But yeah, this is what it's going to look like going into the oven. So I'm going to cook it on 350 for maybe 20-25 minutes.
I don't know what your definition of a casserole is, but this ain't mine. This is not even close to what I would consider a casserole. This is like a half-assed pizza using, eggplant as the base instead of dough.
And here's what it looks like with the light off. Actually, I think the light was better, but I just wanted to see if it looked better. But anyway, I'll show you what it's like when it comes out of the oven.
Also, taking a second glance at it, it's actually looking a little high. So is that like a whole packet of meat by itself? Did you use the whole packet of meat that you got in your grocery haul just for yourself? Or is that... There's no way that's half a packet. That's a whole ass packet right there. Foodie, what are you doing?
Alright, here it is, guys. Cheese is melted. The eggplant is softer.
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. I don't care how much you're willing to pay me. I am not putting that crap in my mouth. I have seen something that came out of a dog that looks just like that. There is no way in hell you could pay me enough money to put that in my mouth.
And I'm actually just going to cut this into 2 pieces. So I'll get 2 meals out of this. So I'm going to cut it in half, dish it up, and I'll see you for dinner.
Alright, I'll give it to her. She cut it in half and she's going to be eating half of it on camera. We don't know about what happens when the camera turns off, but she's going to be eating it on camera.
Well, hello, folks. Dinner time. Some water. And my meal. The eggplant casserole with broccoli and some greens. So, bismillah.
Alright, that isn't too bad. I mean, it still looks like dog vomit, but I mean, it's not too bad.
I have no eye makeup on because I'll tell you what happened to my eye in a minute. Disaster, as per usual. Let's have some broccoli, lightly salted, no butter. I love broccoli. Okay. So this is 2 meals for me. Salah doesn't like this, but I made him just some of the meat sauce with pasta.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if he had the exact same reaction I did. He looked at it and go, did that come from some sort of animal? Did, like, Julia cough that up or something? I don't know whether or not people know what I'm talking about, but there is this one video of a cat where it's like eating the rind of the watermelon, and the owner turns the piece of watermelon around so that it eats the actual the red part of the watermelon, and its eyes bug out of its head, and it's like that. That's what Foodie does every single time when she takes a bite of something with like cheese on it. I want to show you guys that video if you haven't seen that.
Oh!
Oh god, I love that video so much.
I love eggplant. The most overwhelming flavor is the sauce and the parmesan. I didn't put a lot of cheese.
I would assume there would be some way you could probably make those 3 ingredients work together. I just don't know the way that she did it would really work together. Hey, I could be wrong. It could look absolutely horrendous, but taste amazing. But then again, this is Foodie we're talking about, so I don't know whether or not I should judge her critique on whether or not the food is good. It's just, it does not look appetizing. But you definitely used enough cheese. Like, that would have been maybe 2 servings, I would assume. So, like, definitely a good amount. You don't need any more than that. Oh, when she tosses the fork, you know she means business.
These greens are just, I put some lemon juice.
I just had a realization. She looks like the guinea pigs at work when they eat. Like, it's a 1-for-1. Whenever she eats the greens, it looks just like the guinea pigs at work eating.
The eggplant is nice and soft. I guess if you like it more soft, the longer you cook it, you know.
I'm not necessarily a picky person. Like, overall, I'm really good when it comes to eating different types of food. I'm not a huge fan of seafood. I don't know what it is. I think it's more so the texture than the taste. Like, the taste is alright. It's the texture that throws me off, really. I do eat crab. I do eat fish. I don't like shrimp or, like, prawns. I'm not a huge fan of calamari, like, just any type of octopus or shrimp. Squid, not shrimp, prepared in any type of way. Just not a huge fan of that. I do like crumbed over battered, but like that's neither here or there. That being said, I am a huge fan of eggplant, of mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, okra. I like all that type of stuff. Really, really good food, and there's so many different variations you could do. I still am being thrown off by this. Like, it's probably pretty good. Like, I will fully admit, it's probably good. It just looks just horrendously bad still.
The roasted eggplant flavor is good because it makes it like a bit sweet. That's really delicious. I'm not even joking. I like this more than the church basement spaghetti. Church basement eggplant casserole. Mm. When I tell you I love eggplant, it's an understatement. So I guess the key, which I should have done a long time ago, is find vegetables you love. And try to use them more, you know? In cooking.
Yes, Foodie, use ingredients you like in order to make food that tastes good. How is that a revelation to you? Also, how the hell did you survive to 40 years old?
To stretch the ground beef, I just made it, like, I didn't use the whole pack. It was a 500-gram pack. So what I did was I just, like, took half of it and minced it very fine.
Alright, I will concede that point. If you did not use the whole pack, I will take that back and say that you did not use it. That's perfectly fine. It sure as hell looks like you did though, but yeah, I'm willing to concede the point.
When I made the meat sauce, I just like gave Salah his portion and then used the rest for this casserole.
I'm just gonna say it's probably the eggplant he doesn't like, because I couldn't imagine it would be the other 3 things. And out of the 4 ingredients, eggplant would make the most sense not to shove in pasta.
But whoever suggested doing eggplant parm, thank you, because it gave me this idea.
Yeah, that kind of makes a little bit more sense now. Like, an eggplant parmesan would make much more sense in comparison to a casserole, which that is not a casserole, sis.
I remember who you are. Thank you. I have a lot of greens. I'm trying to really get them in. I bought a lot of them. I don't want them to go bad.
It is understandable if you buy food and you don't want to waste it, which is a good thing to do. But at the same time, if you're not going to really eat a certain type of food, or you know that you're only going to eat a small portion of it, don't buy so much, because it is going to go off and it's going to go to waste. It is a good idea, however, to eat more greens and have a smaller portion of like protein or something like that. Overall, just the unhealthy stuff, because you can have more salad and you can fill yourself up with more salad and stuff like that at a lower, cost of calories. Plus, I mean, salads in general are really nice. And if you have those type of things, and you like, especially for dinner, and you go to bed, you got to wake up feeling much better than you would eating a heavy meal at nighttime. I kind of have like a big salad at lunch and then a smaller dinner, so I can wake up feeling much better. Because every time I have a larger dinner, I always just wake up feeling like absolute garbage in the morning.
It's honestly just so good and more nutritious. Like,
Alright, Foodie, throughout this entire video, I have dealt with the scraping on the plate. It annoys the crap out of me, but I've dealt with it. Wipe your goddamn face. Like, seriously, just do yourself a favor and wipe it. That goddamn...
and lower in calories, because eggplant, an entire eggplant has even less calories than, you know, the pasta I would be eating with this with. So
I shouldn't be laughing. Like, I know for a fact that this entire conversation that she's doing right now, this entire speech, is for her, not for the audience. She's making it for herself to kind of walk herself through having to eat it, because you could tell she's not happy about eating that stuff. But she's doing it because she feels like it's a necessary thing in order to stick to the diet. She is miserable right now eating those greens, but she's like, I have to do it. Just keep saying things, motivate myself into eating it. You could just tell from the way she's looking at the food. She's not happy.
oh yeah, my eyeball. Actually, I don't know really, like, totally what happened to it. But, like, last night I was in bed and I had an itchy eye, so I was itching it, and then I felt like a sharp pain, like something was scratching my eye, and that's what it feels like. It feels like there's something in my eye constantly, but I think I just like scratched it a bit up top with something. I don't know what. Maybe my nail. I don't know. I don't have long nails, but because I didn't have eye makeup on, like I had washed my face to go to bed, and I took my eye makeup off.
How the hell are you going to go from, I have no idea what happened to my eye and I don't know why it's hurting, to, I had my finger in my eye while sitting in bed scratching it, and I might have scratched it with my fingernail? Like, yes, that's probably bound to happen if you're not careful. Also, stopping mid-sentence just to shove a bunch of greens in your mouth is like, that's just peak Foodie right there.
But ever since then, it's been hurting, especially if I move my eye a certain way.
I love how she follows up with saying, this hurts when I do this, by doing that action. Like, don't do that until it heals and it will stop hurting.
So I'm giving my eyes a break from eye makeup, especially till I feel better. But like, I know what it feels like to have an injured eye, because as a kid, it accidentally got burned with a curling iron.
I'm sorry, what? Did you shove the curling iron in your eye, or did someone else do that? How did that happen? How the hell do you get a curling iron in your eye as a kid? Like, were you curling your hair and you accidentally did it, or did someone do it for you? Not for you, to you, because you don't want that to happen. Like, you want something done that's for you when you do it. You guys will know what I mean.
When my hair was getting curled, so...
Oh, Jesus Christ, Foodie. Here she is talking about, like, I got a curling iron in my eye as a child while my hair was getting done. And, you know, that must be some traumatic shit. When that happens as a child, especially when you're not expecting it to happen, like, you would ever expect to get a curling iron in the eye to happen. But, like, to follow that up with immediately shoving food in your mouth, it is just, like, that's a wow.
I had to wear an eye patch, but it feels similar to that kind of pain. That was bad. When my eye got burned, it was like under, like, it was in the white part, luckily. Not in the middle, you know, my iris or my pupil. Anyway, I had to wear an eye patch, but it felt like a burning, and like there was always a big object right in your eye. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, well, of course, it was going to be a burning feeling. Your eye got burnt from a curling iron, and I would have to assume that it's going to blister like most burns would. So it would probably blister and then scab over, which would be the issue of like having something in your eye. That which would be, oh god, that would honestly feel pretty bad. That would be pretty traumatizing as a kid catching a a blister on the eye. So thankfully it wasn't too bad, but God, I would never wish that on any child.
I don't even taste the mozzarella. Just the meat sauce and parm is okay. So I can have that maybe tomorrow with lunch. For lunch. I always do that. Yum. That was so good. Highly recommend. I will try to put the recipe down below. As soon as I have it all written out, it will be there in the description, or I will pin a comment probably. That's what I like to do. Anyways, guys.
Overall, it probably did taste pretty good. Like, I would assume that it maybe did taste really good. It just wasn't that appetizing to look at. And if you did cut it up like a casserole and add other vegetables in it, it probably look and taste really good at the same time. I think it's more so the fact that the look of the food itself threw me off. And if you were to like overall the ingredients, if you probably add like garlic and you also threw some onion in there and some other stuff, which probably the sauce overall did have those things in it, but if you made a more of a casserole than whatever the hell that was, I think it would be really good. I just think it was probably maybe like a lazy meal, something that everyone has those meals where it's like a couple, cut a couple corners and make it a little bit easier and less time to cook and prepare overall, which honestly, no hate to those meals. Sometimes the best ones are where you cut a couple corners so it's easier to make and just enjoy overall.
I wonder what other vegetables you could do this with. You could probably do it with potatoes. You could probably do it with probably zucchini. You could probably do it with courgette. And aubergine is my favorite. I love it so much. You could probably layer eggplant and zucchini.
At that point, you're basically making a lasagna, which, oh god, I love lasagna so much. Like that, like a zucchini lasagna or like an eggplant lasagna, that would be really sick. Oh god, I would gotta try that sometime. I would say like Brussels sprouts. Like obviously, you probably would turn it more into like a dip or something, but you can make Brussels sprout chips, which is what I have made multiple times. Like you boil them, then you smash them down, and then you salt them. Some people like to also add cheese on it too. I don't really go that far, but you could do that if you wanted to. That would probably make a good meal too, because like I do enjoy that. Maybe mushrooms. If you got some big mushrooms, you could probably do some sort of variation with that too. Like those type of things would be pretty good. And I mean, I love mushrooms. I could throw that in anything and everything, and I would probably be pretty good to go. Like I love my mushrooms. Something I really do enjoy is if someone probably hasn't had it, like Korean army stew. Look it up. It is really, really good. They use like different type of things like spare mushrooms, different forms of mushrooms, hot dogs, noodles, cheese, that type of stuff, like ramen noodles. Really, really good food. But I haven't had one of those in ages. They're more of like a hot pot for a lot of people. Like if you want to dig in with a couple people, you just throw a bunch of ingredients in there and you're just good to go.
Or like slice it the long way. I don't know. You could slice the eggplant the long way. I probably should have done that. There's so many things you can do. Anyways, guys, I'm enjoying making these dinners. I plan on cooking every single ingredient that I purchased. So stay tuned. Let me know if you like more, if you would like more of the cooking segment and less of the like mukbang or half and half. I could do, I could set up maybe a camera somewhere and try to do as much of the cooking segment as possible. So let me know. And yeah, I really enjoy your feedback. I really appreciate you watching. And I'm wishing everyone watching this an amazing day. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Overall, I don't think the meal was too bad. It did look a little funky, but it probably tasted pretty good. And the idea of her doing cooking streams or cooking videos would be pretty fun. Like, I am a bit of a drama hound, I'll fully admit. I do love watching a good train wreck every now and then. It's why I watch Foodie and Amber. They are just, they are a sight to behold. That being said, like, having a chill video every now and then is pretty good. Like, especially with the current situation with Amber, I hate the fact that she's clickbaiting her cat, and, like, that cat is probably no longer around, and the fact that she is still going back and forth with, like, I'm trying my best while doing nothing, she is a piece of work. That being said, I do hope you guys really do enjoy the video, and hopefully get to see lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye!